Yo. Ha. Yo, what's good? September 7th, 2021. Halfcast 123, episode 123. Let's go. On. Yeah. Oh, it was my vacation is over. I'm ready to get back to it tomorrow. Know what I mean? I've been here rocking with this shit all weekend. I feel great. Yeah. This shit dope. Of course, I got a few things to talk to you guys about. Yeah. So let me tell y'all how Instagram had me mad as hell at like I don't know 4, 5 in the morning. Let me turn this shit down a little bit. Like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know what I mean? And, this is why. Because that's better. Because what it is that all right, Beep Game. I have been doing a podcast for a year, which in the scheme of things, a year is I'm just starting to get started. I'm just starting like to the point where I'm not famous and I'm okay with that. I don't want to be famous. I'm to the point where where people in my own town, my little city, is just barely starting to figure out what those links I've been posting this whole time are. Hey man, we live in a strange time, man. Like if somebody see a link from somebody, like even if they know them, people are always apprehensive to click on links nowadays because you never know what it is. Like it might be a midget playing with itself or something. I don't know. Midget, I'm sorry. But but yeah, so all right. Twitter you can post links anywhere on Twitter. Doesn't matter. It's Facebook, as long as it's not nothing too gross, you can post links all day on Facebook. They say Snapchat has that same feature. You could drop links wherever you see fit, wherever you think that people are following you might best be able to catch you. Instagram is like the only platform that I've seen so far that you can do a live video, and if it's not promoted, then you can't drop a link directly to your website. You can't drop a link anywhere unless it's promoted by Instagram, to the best of my knowledge. To the research that I did, that you can't, like, so this is what I did. I was mad. I was like, I'm gonna stick it to the man. So what I did was, because I was like, I'm not sending my live video to Instagram if they're not gonna promote my content. Fair enough. Now I mean, fair enough. They're not gonna promote my content, then I'm not sending I'm not sharing my content with Instagram. It'll stay on YouTube and everywhere else. But I still want to send the link to the people that do follow me. You can only put it in the bio. So I was like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put together a musical clip, instrumental clip for a minute and a half, and I'm gonna put my logo on top of it. That will make it an MP4 format, and I drop that. And now what you can do if you're on a computer, the link works if you're on a computer, but most people view Instagram mobile. So that's why if you're on a computer and you see that that post that I drop, and I know this bores people who aren't into like podcasting or even doing music or any type of entertaining is boring to them. But this is something that's very important because basically they're treating it like your content is that they're the Fort Knox of content. Like they can hold it all, but they can't like let you like unless they're the ones promoting you, then yeah. And when I went to go get, because it was like what, $15 for like 15 days, like $1 a day. And I just out of curiosity, I just wanted to check and see what it was. And they won't let you do it. Why? Because you have to be verified, or you have to be in a situation where they come to you where it's okay for them to offer promotion to you. I mean, and that's not right, because there's so many people out there that yeah, it's more unverified people it's more unverified people than there is verified people, and that makes up the bulk of your content. God damn. Know what I mean? Like, yeah. I got some stories for y'all. Yeah, that's how I stayed up. I stayed up for like I don't know, for like maybe like 4 hours. Like 4 hours trying to figure out how to make a video that's not a video. That's what happens when people got time. That's what happens when people got time to do stupid shit. So now, if I really had something in my heart to do something that bad, as I put that shit together, if I really had time to do something stupid or crazy or illegal, I had a very ample amount of time to do it. Okay. Yeah, that shit had me tight. Like, yeah, people who are not verified, people who, yeah, they make up the base of your content. Why you the only platform that won't allow people to add links to your contact, add links to their own content. Yeah, to drive them to their own web pages. Yeah, Monica Lewinsky. Oh yeah, says Bill Clinton should want to apologize to her as FX's impeachment puts the affair back in the spotlight. Wow. We still on this after all this time? No, actually, what I do believe, even back then, all them years ago, I actually believe somebody sent Monica Lewinsky. They planted her in there because they knew how Bill Clinton was. Yo, like, yeah, if you in the office, you've been in politics for X amount of years, for so long, you see a lot of the same faces. You know whoever, you know everybody in politics. Politics is like still a small circle where for years you got to deal with the same people, whether you like them or if you don't like them. So if everybody knows that Bill Clinton likes the squishy, if everybody knows Bill Clinton likes the squishy, then how hard would it be for you to find somebody to plant in there that's exactly his type? And then all of a sudden, not too long afterwards, this happens. And yeah, that's what I really think, is that somebody planted that woman in there. And when she walked in the office, she's like, oh, she's like, yeah, I'm your new assistant. Oh, sure you are. You are God sent. And Hillary is like, should I show it to our office? Oh no, we'll be spending a lot of time together. Hillary, on top of that, is how long did you have to look at Hillary and then see Monica Lewinsky and it was just a fucking layup? Yeah, it was just like, yeah, it's a no-brainer that you're willing to, oh my God, what was she doing that he was willing to put the whole presidency on the line? She could have got the secrets to the nuclear bombs and everything. Like, he had it all. He put it all on the line for that, man. What was she doing to him? That's what she should be apologizing to him. Why are you being weird to me? She should be apologizing to me for what she was doing to me. Yeah. That was Monica Lewinsky discussing. They had a video. I'm not going to play the video. The fallout from her sexual relationship with former President Bill Clinton on the Today Show. I never wanted to be president. I play saxophone, baby. Saxophone players get laid. That's what so when you see the saxophone, you know what I came here for. This president shit fell in my lap, man. I mean, Hillary pushed me to do it. She wanted me to do it. I ain't never want to do this shit. I mean, things that you can't say in an interview, even when you're not president no more, should just make you want to, make you want to throw the chair across the room. Like, yeah, I never liked this shit. I never want to do this. The 1990s political sex scandal between the commander-in-chief and a 22-year-old intern, which led to Clinton's 1998 impeachment, and Lewinsky's public shaming for decades. Oh, wow. Really? Really? Public shaming. She made a bag. She's still making a bag. And this is in 1998. And she's still getting on platforms and keying and grinning and smiling like she was the first lady that this happened to. Like, stop it. Whoever put you up to this, and I'm gonna die on that hill. Whoever put you up to this promised you this and more, and is reaping and is paying dividends for you. So please, like, yeah, every few years you come out, you paint your face, you crocodile tears, you act like you were shamed, you act like you were hurt. You came out better than everybody. The only person who came out better than you in this situation is the person who put you up to it. And I think they're gonna fucking kill me after this. Lewinsky herself had a producer role in the latest installment, getting producer credits. Like, come on, really? Of Ryan Murphy's anthology series, which stars book smart actress and Jonah Hill's sister. What is he? Why do they always have Jonah Hill's sister? Why they just can't say Beanie Feldstein? Like, why? What does he have to do with it that she can't get her credit all by herself? I hate that. Clive Owen plays President Clinton. Edie Falco steps in as Hillary Clinton. Oh, that's good. That's good. And Sarah Paulson portrays Linda Tripp in the miniseries that Lewinsky describes as a dramatization, but with an enormous amount of emotional truth. Way to play it. While Lewinsky did not have veto power on what made the final cut, play on words, she said that she was allowed to make notes on the script, and she told today's Savannah Guthrie that this was a challenge. As a producer, I'm very proud. As a subject, I'm nervous, she said. I'm nervous of people to see some of the worst moments of my life and then a lot of behavior that I regret. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Lewinsky has pivoted her previous notoriety into a platform to speak out against online bullying and sexual harassment, which she suffered after the details of her affair with the married president of the United States came to light in the 1990s, which is sexual harassment and bullying. It's horrible. Nobody should be doing it in the first place. But I'm not proud. Yeah, that was a small price to pay for what you can. You knew this was going to happen. Come on, whoever put you up to this, you knew this was going to happen, and you braved it, and you came out of the other end in a better position than anybody else. I'm not proud of all the choices I made in my life, but I'm proud of the person I am, and I'm not ashamed of who I am. Thank you. Yeah, there you go, girl. You collect your check, girl. Next up, I don't know. Maybe Secret Service shows up to my job and gets me a day off entertainment. One can only hope, right? Delete that. Illegal gun purchases fueling violence in Chicago. And authorities are cracking down on so-called straw purchases that have helped fuel gun violence in Chicago this year. And first off, just over the weekend, over this, they said like 7 children got shot and 1 died, which is ridiculous. So here's how I look at it. Okay, so people are illegally carrying guns. We know that much because crime is horrible in Chicago. So if you don't have a gun, say you're not necessarily in any danger, you're not in any beef with anybody, you just but you don't want to get caught without one, then like doesn't that kind of add? Okay, let's say that the police have done miserably in trying to contain this situation. They've done miserably. So now it's up to people who aren't really involved, who are just civilians. I would be afraid for my life too, and my children, and my wife, and my own life, to the point where if I had a choice to get a gun for myself, know what I mean, and to protect me and my family, know what I mean? Now that means I'm adding on to potentially volatile situations. Know what I mean, does that make me wrong that I just want a gun to protect me, myself, and my family? But living in Chicago, I could get killed just going to work in the day. Yo, people getting shot just for just living there. Know what I mean? without like, no, you didn't step on nobody's shoes. Nobody said anything. Yeah, you're not involved in any type of beef. You're not involved in any type of thing. People are dying. So yeah. So as opposed to the police having guns, right? And the criminals having guns. Now you also got a third part of people that have guns, concerned parents, mothers, fathers, and yeah. So now they have guns. So that's just a hotbed. It's a hotbed of people with guns just in situations where something can happen at any given time. That shit is crazy. And the fact that nobody has an answer on how to even just like curtail it, how to even just like slow it down is ridiculous. I mean, like, yeah, there have been more than 2,300 shootings in Chicago this year. During Labor Day weekend, 5 people were killed and dozens of others were wounded following a spate of gun violence, CBS Chicago reported. Authorities have said straw purposes, when a third party buys a weapon on behalf of another person, have contributed to the increase in shootings across the city. In May, 3 soldiers stationed at Fort Campbell were arrested for allegedly purchasing guns and illegally selling them to convicted felons in Chicago. Oh boy, that's a whole nother problem. Yeah, officials began investigating DeMarcus Adams, Jarius Brunson, and Brandon Miller after a mass shooting killed 1 person and wounded several people, the Justice Department said. Officials found 5 of the guns had been purchased in Tennessee. The 3 soldiers faced several charges, including making false statements during the purchase of a firearm. Wow. Yeah, everybody wants a gun. It's not even that you're going out. You're not even not even an intention to go out and get into a shootout with anybody. Not an intention to go out and harm nobody. But yeah, you just feel like you'd rather be caught with one than without one. Yeah, and that's the horrible way to live. Live and feel like it's really the Wild West. This is not a victimless crime. Guns end up in the hands of the wrong people. No shit, Sherlock. John Lodge, U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, told CBS News. The Justice Department launched in July a strike force in Chicago and 4 other U.S. cities to fight gun trafficking. Our straw purchasers are savvy, and their intent is to deceive a firearms dealer, said Christian Detaneo, special agent in charge of Chicago's ATF office. It is a major cornerstone of our trafficking strategy to identify those straw purchases. Wow. Our offenders are completely emboldened. They're not afraid of getting caught. Yeah, because I don't want nobody to, I'm sitting on my porch and people start shooting, or I'm just, yeah, people are horrified. It's not even about the gangsters killing each other. It's not about the police violence or the police inability or having a hard time containing this. Now it's about the people that do want to live there. How the hell are they going to protect their families? Because law enforcement is lacking, and the people that's doing the shooting, the criminals that's doing the shootings, they are like, they don't care if your child is outside. They're not afraid of the consequences once they get caught. Yeah, wow. How, like, yeah, what do you do? What the song said? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. My non-alcoholic beverage for the evening is Kavita Master Brew Kombucha. Oregon residents. Hold on now. You're putting the cart before the horse, aren't you there, Johnson? Oregon residents outraged by a video showing flagrant shoplifting. Since the racial justice riots that erupted in the wake of George Floyd's death over a year ago, major metropolitan areas have become hotbeds for shoplifting, frustrating many members of the local community. I skimmed this article, and I have yet to see what George Floyd's death has to do with it. I hope maybe I can make sense of it some way. Yeah. A video posted recently on social media depicts two individuals pillaging a Lowe's store in Oregon before nonchalantly walking out with expensive electrical wires. Yeah, they was racking up. Local resident Andrew Sullivan expressed his disgust with the lawlessness to the Kaiser Times. It was so blatant that that's what riled me up. Well, what did you do? Right? You didn't do anything. You didn't tell them to put it back. Yeah, they were rolling. Oh, it's wild that you went to go. Yeah, what did you do? You went and told the news about it. They were just strolling through the parking lot, just riding the carts. The crime was committed in broad daylight on August 25th when the pair escorted thousands of dollars of electrical wire out of the, oh, pardon me, that kombucha, baby, and shopping carts while employees stood by unable to intervene. Now, I know this from working in a retail store is that if they tell you not to pursue people when they're leaving the store with the merchandise because who knows, somebody have a gun in the car, have a bat or something in the car and assaults you, and what happens then? It's all over shit that's not yours. Wouldn't be me. When employees attempted to ask the shoplifters to prove their purchases, the men ignored the request and hurried out the door. A second employee also tried to thwart them, saying, "Hey, don't do this. It's not worth it." What do you mean? It's not worth it. I'm about to rewire half of my house just off of this alone. And you telling me it's not worth it? Sullivan suggested that the men were veteran shoplifters, banking on the workers being powerless to stop them, noting that a getaway car was already waiting outside the storefront. Hey. Please don't steal anything. But like I say all the time, if it's all about the getaway plan. It's all about the getaway plan. Yeah, please don't steal anything. But they had the getaway car was already waiting outside the front door. Don't be like that girl that had all them clothes in the parking lot. And the folks locked the doors on her and sped off in the parking lot. And the security office came. Yeah, can you imagine how that ended? Now I mean, how they leave that girl like that? See, your getaway plan wasn't secure. I mean, your getaway plan was secure. And for that, I don't get that. That girl was holding all that goddamn merchandise. Know what I mean? And she had time to get in the car. And yeah, why weren't you letting her in the car? Wow. I don't know what she did or what they did, but see, your getaway plan wasn't solidified. Please don't steal anything. I think these guys have done it before because they seem to have a good system. Yeah. One guy with the car and two guys with the carts, they knew no one was going to touch them. He said, while local police are reportedly investigating the incident, Kaiser Police Lieutenant Andrew Copeland told Fox News that shoplifters aren't the top priority for jailing, given that many prisons are trying to minimize capacity amid the pandemic. Now, nowhere off the top, maybe it's me, nowhere off the top of my head can I tie this into anything dealing with George Floyd. Nowhere. So I don't know who wrote this. I don't know why. It's interesting, but I don't know where. Yeah. Copeland said that many Oregon chain stores prevent retailers and their staff from stopping theft, adding that such offenders would likely not be incarcerated and would only receive fines and citations and penalties. But you're most likely going to get store credit for the missing merchandise anyway. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad during your yearly inventory report or however some of these retail companies do it. It's going to look bad but people just walking out the store. What am I supposed to do? You know what? If stores don't, if to these stores, to these chains, if it's really a big deal, obviously it's not the Lowe's. If it's really a big deal to these stores, then have like an armed guard or two at the door. Don't put a civilian there where if something happens to them, they don't know how to defend themselves. If somebody gets defensive and they're trying to steal stuff, no. States ranging from once you've stolen from Lowe's once and know they can stop you, there's no real consequence. States ranging from Oregon to Washington to California have seen a surge in shoplifting recently, at least partially triggered by state laws that inhibit or outright prohibit stores from enforcing against robbery. Wow. It should be about prevention, not about For instance, California's Prop 47 lowered the punishments for shoplifting, raising the incentive for lawbreakers to steal merchandise from stores, which I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't sound all the way right. Like, yeah, the punishment should be fucking severe still. You're stealing. Next up, moving right along. Yeah, they sped off on that girl like that. Ooh. When I got out of jail, I would have heard everybody, the whole hood would have knew that they was some bitches. You ride off on me like that. And even with the girl on foot, the security guard was still a ways away from her. She could have gotten in the car. They could have been long gone. Yeah, Georgia mom, please don't steal anything. Georgia mom arrested for attacking Catholic teacher. She claims abused her nonverbal 2-year-old son. That's right. There's no alleged in this. Damn right I did it. Don't touch my goddamn child. Columbia County Sheriff's Office, a mother of Grovetown, Georgia, was arrested for allegedly attacking a 61-year-old preschool teacher. Anyone can get it at St. Teresa at Avila. You can catch these hands, Saint. Catch these hands, mother. Like, yeah, you catch these hands, mother. Don't touch my child. 28-year-old, 28, poking her all up against the habit. Like, don't touch my child. Don't touch my, yeah. 28-year-old Casey Marie Brooks was reportedly upset by how the teacher handled her child and resorted to violence during a meeting with the teacher and the school director. This is a different time. I don't know. They said they used to do that type of stuff in Catholic school. I don't know. This is a different time, man. Like, yo, don't touch my child. And I was telling my sister this, and this is my opinion all the way 100% across the board, is that if you're, especially at 60 plus years old and you're dealing with 2-year-olds, if you feel like if a child is frustrating you to the point so much that you feel like the conventional ways of getting them to mind themselves, or first off, they're children. I mean, they're already bored. What you're talking to them about, you've been talking to them for 20 years, and shit probably don't like, yeah. And we live in a stimulated society. It's a lot of stimuli, and you're sitting there and you're talking to these kids about some shit, and you're being boring, and they just, yeah. As a teacher, you're not a good teacher if you can't hold a child's attention, if you can't keep them engaged long enough for them to actually learn what they need to learn off the curriculum. I mean, if you feel like you gotta like the story about somebody taped the mask to like a teacher taped the mask to a child's face. Now I mean, like a 9-year-old child or something. Like, yeah, like if you're a horrible teacher. If your students don't respect you, if you can't teach, if that's what you need to do, if you got to teach with an iron fist, if you want some Joe Clark shit with these kids, they're boring them. You're teaching them, whatever you're teaching them might be useful, but you're not delivering it to them in a way that can keep them engaged. And as a teacher, you're supposed to be, that's your job, is to keep children engaged long enough for you to shove what you need to shove into their brains so they're not walking out of Lowe's stealing shit later on in life. Now, I mean, it's as simple. That's the bare bones of it, man. That's the nuts and bolts of it. Brooks claims she watched video footage showing the teacher physically abusing her nonverbal 2-year-old son, which is, a child that also can't speak up for himself or herself. Authorities believe the incident is what spurred Brooks to actions. Authorities, let me rest all doubts and suspicions, when I'll tell you right now, that's definitely what it was that spurred her to put the mitts on that goddamn lady. Yeah, shout out to homegirl Casey Marie Brooks for letting them know, like, don't touch my child. If you can't find a way to communicate with my child, maybe you shouldn't be teaching. Or maybe let's find somebody that get yourself a TA. After stepping into a classroom, Brooks allegedly hit the teacher in the back of the head. Here we go, baby. Ding, ding. Several times, leaving her on the ground with a swollen face. The older woman allegedly had bite marks on her left thumb. 2 witnesses reportedly had to pull Brooks off the older woman to hold me back, who then sought refuge to hide behind a locked bathroom door. Yep, while the woman was taken to a nearby hospital, Brooks left the school saying she wait for a mugshot. That's right. Whoa, says she wait for a mugshot. She was later charged with battery. Brooks has since been bonded out of jail. Yeah, claimed, after her release, Brooks reached out to a YouTube channel called The Jail Report to share her side of the story. I know you'll be sharing a picture of my mugshot soon, and she is cute. I approved of this mugshot. Yeah, not a bad looking woman, but that's not the point. See, that's how Clinton got caught up, man. He you send Monica Lewinsky walking in there with the same pantsuit that Hillary is wearing, but she fills it out a little bit better. Now all of a sudden, like, you forget what the policy is on certain countries. I mean, for 3 hours, I watched the teacher spank him several times, hit him in the head, slap him with a book, shove him to the ground. This child is he's a baby. What the fuck is this? Like, snatch him up by one arm and carry him across the room multiple times, slam him in his seat to make him eat lunch alone and time out. What the fuck is this? No, I mean, like, she claimed that he also saw the teacher pick him up by his ankles, amongst other things. What the fuck is wrong with this? What is this, a nun? Yeah, this nun deserved everything that lady gave her. Brooks is convinced there has been several incidents, as she says, her son had an unexplained leg injury in August, and if the boy is nonverbal, he's having a very hard time communicating these things, which I'm thinking that lady was banking on. Like, according to Brooks, the daycare director dismissed the teacher's actions and reportedly stated her employee would be keeping her job as there was nothing wrong with the teacher's behavior. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this hold up, man. Am I being pranked over here or something? What is this? Like, no, there's no way that this lady should keep her job. You know what I mean? Because the next person that come back might fucking shoot that old bat. According, it wasn't until the director could no longer deny what they watched on the footage before she asked Brooks what she wanted to do about it. Yeah, get her out of here, because she's probably not. That's not the only child. She's been doing that for a while to blatantly do it. And people don't. It's never the first time when you catch them doing stuff like that. It's never the first time. It's just the first time it's come to light. Know what I mean? Or that they got so comfortable doing it that they're not even hiding it no more. They're just open about it because nobody never checked them about it. Nobody never knew. I mean, Brooks says she filed a police report against the teacher after she was released from jail. School officials have referred all questions to Jill Parks. Yeah. As for remorse, Brooks has made it clear she has none, as you should not. I appreciate the opportunity to see her feel how my 2-year-old son felt when she was standing over him, laying helplessly on the ground. That would have pissed me off. Yeah, I would have been, yeah, she said, earning rounds of applause across Reddit. Yeah, you got my applause, sweetheart. Don't touch my fucking child. If you can't, if you're not qualified to keep my child engaged in whatever you're doing, whatever boring shit that you're doing, change the goddamn curriculum. These kids are 2 years old, and they're all. Have you seen how smart children are? Children are already like 2-3 years old playing with tablets. 4 years old playing with tablets, finding stuff on YouTube, like searching, like and you're sitting here and you're talking to them about some shit, and you're talking like, what are you doing? Like, you need more interactive stuff with these children now to keep them engaged. Now, I mean, the things that kept us interested are the things that, well, shit. the same things that's boring them today is still probably the same shit y'all been preaching when I was going to school that bored the hell out of me. You got to switch it up a little bit. I mean, it was old when y'all was telling it to me. Wanted Tennessee man with 100 previous charges. Jesus. Dozens of kids arrested after fleeing traffic stop. This is my last story. What we doing on time here? 35 minutes. Wanted Tennessee man with 100 previous charges, dozens of kids arrested after fleeing traffic stop. Whoa, Knoxville. Alabama police have arrested a wanted felon with more than 100 previous charges after he fled a traffic stop on Sunday. So what was the traffic stop? Was the one that the traffic stop was the one that the law enforcement said that's all that I can stand. I can't stand no more. Man, that's what broke the camel's back. Is that one traffic? Yeah, the fuck, man. 100 charges. Officers spotted Desmond Hatchett, 42, in his vehicle on Sunday evening and attempted to catch up with a man. Initiated traffic stop. Knoxville Police Department said in a Tuesday Facebook post. The 42-year-old apparently has more than 100 charges filed against him and dozens of children. What does that got to do with anything? He's a loving man. He loves his women, man. Like, yeah, charges it. Yeah, if he's going to do whatever he does, he's going to do it in excess. Yeah. How many women? What? I'm surprised his dick hasn't shriveled up like wilted like a cornstalk. Like, yeah, according to local news outlets reported that Hatchett has, I would look if I had 21 children at 39 years old, I probably look like Methuselah right now. Jesus Christ. Previously reported that he may have as many as 30 by 11 mothers. What? He got 100 charges. No wonder he got 100 charges, and he's living in hell. No matter what he does, they won't take him to jail. He just wants to get away. He can't get away. Yo, no matter what he does, they won't lock him up. Because he got 11, the judge, he's already in prison. Now, he's already in jail. After police attempted to conduct a traffic stop on Hatchet, he fled, leading officers on a chase towards Skyline Drive, where he stopped his vehicle and ran away from officers on foot. He probably was trying to get them to shoot him. Yeah, put the old hand in the hoodie pocket and just don't make me do it. Yeah, you better shoot me. You're not taking me alive. They didn't give him what he wanted. Hatchet was wanted for 7 outstanding warrants, including for aggravated burglary, aggravated domestic assault, and failure to appear on charges of rape, robbery, aggravated assault, aggravated burglary, and violation of order of protection. Jesus Christ. Did you have, that's crazy. Out of all 11 baby mamas, do you have one that, would it be one that'd be like, yo, I understand him. He's just misunderstood. I mean, no, not one of them. All 11 is probably like, he's a piece of shit. Like, how do you get away with having 11 baby mamas? Like, what, after 2? How is that not, or are you just not telling people? How do you hide the fact that you got 30 children? This is baffling to me. Yeah, Hatchet also faces charges of evading arrest and several additional minor charges. Police said he has previously appeared in court for failing to pay child support. I am not surprised. I am not surprised. God damn. How do you have 11 children and you don't just chop it off yourself? 30 children, I'm sorry. 30, and you just don't chop it off yourself. Like, that is, whoa. Wow. I got one, and I was like, I'm done. Look at me being an underachiever. Shit, I should learn from this. I should learn from this guy. No, hell no. Hell no, shit. I'm 39 years old, and if I ain't hit Will Smith, if I ain't hit Wilt Chamberlain numbers by if I ain't hit Wilt Chamberlain numbers by now, then I think I'm okay with that. I will ride out in the sunset. I mean, that being said, I'm gonna wrap this up. Yo, if you folks with the show, reach out to me on Twitter at Rise and Shine, RYEZSHYNE. Instagram. Until yeah, we gonna sort it out though. It's gonna be a link up there. I promise you, it's gonna be a link up there. Know what I mean? Oh, that kombucha, baby. Get yourself some of that kombucha. How your stomach feeling? Right. Yeah. I'm gonna hash it out with Instagram. Know what I mean? But that's just part of me learning how things go. And yeah, I'm not really angry. It was just more of a like, I don't understand why this is. How are you're lacking if you're the only platform where people can't like openly drop links to content? Like, why are you hoarding all the content? Like, yeah. So it's so much of it. But yeah, Taco Meat 05, TACOMEAT 05. Or you just hit me on Facebook Messenger, Avery Johnson. Catch me right here on this page. Don't forget to like and subscribe or leave a comment. Whatever you got to do what you got to do, baby. I mean, I'll holler at y'all very, very, very soon. Adios.